This is a CC Radio podcast.
Welcome to episode 204 of the Countdown Movie and TV Reviews podcast. Hope you all had a good Valentine's Day this month. Just remember, no one loves you more than Paulie and I do. My name is Wayne.
My name is Paul. Welcome to the podcast. We count down movies and sometimes television in order of awesomeness so you don't have to. And today, it's a really fun one.
Oh my god, I love it. I love this one. This one's so great.
This was, I can't remember if it was your idea or my idea, but you jumped on it. You were the one who pushed it. So let's do this soon. And it's the top 10 coolest movie weapons.
That's right, because there's very few things more important than accessorizing. It's just
with weapons.
With weapons. When it comes to movies and people you like in movies, the shit that they have is very important to me. I want to know what shit they carry. I want to know what their EDC is, and I want to know what their chosen
Whoa, EDC?
Everyday carry. It's a thing. It's a thing. Go ahead and Google it. It's a... Shut up!
Welcome back to the soundboard.
Obviously, I'm that guy. Exactly. But yeah, I love me some movie weapons. And remember, today it's all about coolest.
Yes. Not most effective.
Yes, not most effective, not most like damage inflict. Coolest. Yeah. Why do you love it? And it might be some weird shit. It might not be a very special weapon at all.
Yes.
But you say it's cool because of why. That's what we're talking about today.
That's exactly it. And we'll get into the particulars when we do. Now, before we get there, though, we do need to do our plug, first of all, for the Podcast Republic app.
Podcast Republic app is a good-ass app for your Android device where you can listen to shows like this.
And indeed, any show that you wish to. It's an extremely robust app. There you go, listeners.
Well
there's a lot of fun a lot of love for the robust word coming up here, as there is for really good ass.
Good
apparently,
ass.
through
good
the
ass
week. We really want to thank the Podcast Republic team for featuring us on their website, and we are more than happy to feature them in return. Please check out the Podcast Republic app if you have an Android device.
Go for it.
Now, I want to do something here which I haven't done yet or in quite some time. Which is acknowledge the movie watching challenge that we have going on at the moment within our Facebook listener community. Link in the show notes.
Yes.
It's probably not too late. If you watched a whole bunch of movies already this year and you want to get involved, join our Facebook listener community if you're not already there and follow the threads where you can see who can watch the most movies in 2019. Now, This was originally the brainchild of myself and Daniel from the IMDb Journey podcast, last week's guests.
Right.
Wonderful guests. Great to have them on the show.
They're the balls.
You'll notice we're not talking about the results of last week's poll between us and them not because we lost, although I suspect that may be the case, but because we're recording ahead of that episode being released.
Yes.
Because I'm actually, as we speak, I am, if you're listening to this on drop day, coming home from the ski slopes in Japan.
This motherfucker goes to ski trips in Japan every year, and he's a
Not
bit of a
every
hot dogger. He's a bit of a hot dogger. He's a bit of a
I am the
snow
worst
bunny
skier ever,
Really?
but I love it. It's a challenge for me. I'm outside my comfort zone, and I'm probably have shat my pants 15 to 20 times in the last 5 days.
In that case, could we get you some Countdown Movie and TV Reviews pants? So when you shit yourself on the slopes, get some video. Now we got promotion. It's called content.
Yeah, okay, sure. No worries. We'll get that organised very, very fast. Anyway, so we're not mentioning that, but we are mentioning Daniel and I have this challenge. Who's going to watch more movies? And as it stands, as of day of recording, which I realise is far in the past, I am leading 65 films recorded on letterboxd.com.
65 films you've seen this year.
Yep, to Daniel's 61.
How many days have there been this year?
As of day of recording, about 48.
Oh my god, you're watching like 17 in a day and shit.
Not quite. Though Daniel did watch 6 in a day.
Fuck me!
Which I wonder about. Daniel, I'm just saying, I'm not sure.
Oh, are you calling into 6 in a day is a lot.
It's on, and you're off. I don't know, bathing the kids while it's on. Does that count? Is that the way it works?
Daniel's got kids?
Oh yeah. Is that guest?
No, I remember now.
Yes.
I remember now. But
anyway, no, I'm not. Yeah. I'm having a shot. It's great fun. I'm sure Daniel is being legitimate, and there's a whole bunch of other listeners who are smashing us. Blake and Ation have got way more than I've got.
Are you getting schooled?
Oh. The listeners, we're gonna give a prize. There's a prize here. End of the year. I haven't decided what it is yet, but there will be a prize coming to the winner who watches the most films in the year. They must be feature-length films, 70, 75 minutes minimum. No documentaries that are just 45, 60 minutes. Get on board, get involved. Prize at the end of the year. We'll announce that later as we go.
Okay. This is interesting. God damn, you people are committed.
And last bit of sort of admin. I was on a couple of podcasts which have dropped.
Whore.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Go ahead.
Get it where I can.
That's fair enough.
Firstly, on good friend of the show, Gerald from the Two Ps of a Podcast. I was on his show. We counted out the top 5 Steven Spielberg characters That has just dropped. So head on over to 2Ps
That'd be cool.
on the podcast and check that out. It was a lot of fun. Gerald is a super podcaster, just a great guy. And he's about to welcome another child to the family, so he might disappear from podcasting ranks for a while. So get in while you can.
All right.
And speaking of Daniel, on their 50th episode, Pod v Pod v Pod v Pod.
What the hell?
I represented our show against Sam from the Movie Reviews and 20 Qs podcast, Billy from We Watched a Thing podcast,
Wow.
and Dean of representing the IMDb Journey podcast. 4 of us had this massive quiz off.
How'd we do?
I can't give away the results. Do check out the episode.
Okay.
Let's just say I would be crying a lot more than I am if I had won.
Okay, don't quite know what it means.
It was a heck of a lot of fun. Daniel did it and Dean did a lot of work to put it together, and it's a great episode. They're a great podcast. Not listen to them, do check them out. That's enough, though, after listening to this episode, because this is the shit.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have a great time with this.
All 3 of those podcasts are fantastic. I subscribe to them all, and I highly recommend that you do as well.
Sweet.
All right, that's enough for the preamble. Let's do this. On the other side of this music, cue the top 10 coolest movie weapons. Movie weapons and how cool they are.
So cool, I want to crap my pants.
Well, some of them less so. Which is why we're going to order them from 10 through 1.
Exactly.
Wayne, was there any particular criteria that you tried to apply to this list?
The only thing I wanted to do was that these were hand weapons. Now, some people could say a mounted weapon on a spaceship, for example, is technically a weapon.
Yes.
But I just tried to keep it like more stuff you can pick up and take with
Well,
you.
that wasn't agreed upon.
Doesn't
No,
have to be.
okay.
Doesn't have to be.
Well, I want to throw something at you here, a curveball.
Okay.
This comes from Super Movie Brothers Dave. Now, they did this countdown on their show a little while ago. Did
Oh,
top
they did?
5s.
Really?
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. So do go over and check out Super Movie Bros. Future guest co-host on the show. Guest host on the show. He said, now, bear with me. All right?
I'm intrigued.
And Billy from We Watched the Thing, aforementioned, also
Yeah.
reinforced this. Lightsabers, too easy.
Fuck you. All right, because fuck you. Oh, Jesus. Way to blow the show, Paul. Okay? When it comes to cool weapons, that is the fucking last word. All right? That's it. Way to blow the show, Paul. Nice one, brother.
Well, what I'm going to say to you is, if that is the easiest and that is the automatic best, do we throw it out and on the fly just acknowledge that wins and reconfigure a list with a 10th and put one of your honorable mentions in there?
I actually could do that.
Do you want to do it?
All right.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is so weird.
There you
Oh my
go.
god, it's so on the
I
fly.
didn't think you'd roll with it, to be honest.
Fuck it, I'm
I
doing
said
it.
as much to Dave and Billy, but you have. My full hat is off to you. Well done, sir.
All right, well, can we just say
So let's talk very quickly. We'll
Very
talk about
quickly.
lightsabers.
there is nothing cooler ever than a lightsaber. Why? Because it's a cigar-shaped thing, and it's not a dick, that you have on your belt, and guess what? It is essentially impervious, okay? It's a laser sword that cuts through fucking the universe, alright? And nothing stops it except when there's some kind of crap that they can do with kyber crystal kind of armor. Anyway, that's the only thing. Everything else, get fucked. Also, stops at a certain bit. Also, comes in a variety of colors.
Well, all right. On that note, can
Yes.
I agree with everything you said. It's pretty damn cool. It's pretty incredible. But I went specific when I was going to give my lightsaber.
Oh.
So if you have to pick one, which
Ooh.
is, and I would have pinned you down on this,
Yep.
in a way you like.
Word.
And I would have said you have to pick one, not all lightsabers. Which is your favorite lightsaber?
The one that I would carry?
Which is the one that you would pick on your list? This is the lightsaber.
Okay. This is as in one character's lightsaber?
Yes.
Or one color?
One character's.
All right.
Slash color. I mean, therefore it's a color.
Look, if you're a Jedi, you have to construct your own lightsaber, so
Right.
I have the answer.
All right.
The sweetest looking lightsaber in the entire universe of Star Wars
Yep.
is Emperor Palpatine's fucking lightsaber. It is chrome and gold, all right? And it's the most beautiful
What color
fucking...
comes out of it?
Well, his is red because he's a bad guy,
Right.
but I want the blue kyber crystal. The blue is the absolute lightsaber
So you want
should
the one
choose.
from Darth Vader from Empire Strikes Back. No, wait, Luke from Empire Strikes Back.
Well, mine's mixing a different color blade with a different thing. But yes.
Well, you're wrong.
Oh, well, no, listen up. Blue is the one you want, okay?
No.
A lot of people think green.
Nope.
A lot of people think green, and some
Yes.
guys will be like, yo, purple,
Judy
what up,
from
purple,
Psycho
right?
Not Nerd right now
Look,
is absolutely creaming himself
green,
with
listen,
anger.
I understand that. I understand wanting the green one because when Luke came back in Jedi, he had a green one and everyone lost their fucking juice,
Yep.
all right? Because it's like, oh my God, you can get a green one, right? But the blue is the classic. The blue is the timeless. When you drop your blue somewhere, it's fucking stylish and it goes with everything.
So you're basically a big fan of that song.
No, I'm not.
Blue, if I was green, I would die.
Fucking shit that song, man. Those motherfuckers, Eiffel 65, were in Perth like 2 weeks ago as well.
Yeah, you said this.
It's all fucked up, man. Anyway, because that's what they do. They're going to Perth now because you dropped that blue song. A fucking piece of shit. I hate that song. Anyway, hope everyone else hates it too.
Right, you're wrong about lightsabers.
Oh, fuck off. What's the best one?
Darth Maul's double-sided.
No!
Double
Have you ever tried using a staff? You'll cut your fanny off in about 10 seconds.
I might. He didn't. That's why it's so damn cool.
Look, the cool thing about that is it can break into two lightsabers.
Yes, I know.
And you can even use it. Yeah,
so
you're
it's
right.
basically John Woo in a lightsaber form.
Okay, here's the problem. The red blade doesn't look as good.
Oh, fuck off.
It doesn't look as good, and it's synthetic.
Functionality.
I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you, 2 beats 1.
Okay, look, we've talked enough about lightsabers,
Okay.
but they're the best thing ever, so just everyone, we understand that.
There we go. All right, we've
now it's a different list, baby.
Now we are
now it's a whole different list.
Quickly, on the fly.
Here we go. Not even a cut here. I'm just doing it on the fly.
All right, I've got it. I've got my 10.
Mine too. Woo. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go and get nasty.
Who's going to lead?
Why don't I lead?
All right,
Okay.
take us away.
All right, here it is. Everyone, there was this movie back in 1982 called The Sword and the Sorcerer. All right? Now, hear me out, people. Hear me out. This movie sucks big hairy balls. It is not a good film. It's half comedy, it's half shit, it's half all this fucking crap. But it is a sword and sorcery movie, as you may imagine, and the dude in it has a sword, right? Which has 3 blades on it. Do you know this? Do you remember this? All right, so
Very
check it out.
vaguely.
It's basically, the guy's a mercenary knight, and for some reason, it's never explained, he possesses this 3-bladed sword, which it fires 2 of the blades when he touches a button. So basically, the sword has you'd think it would be next to each other. He can fight with it with the 3 blades intact. But when he needs to, he can bust a button and fire this one blade out and take out 2 people, and does so many times in the movie. That, my friends, is ingenious.
He fires a blade from the sword?
Yeah, if
so
you
it's
look
like
at
a
the
throwing dagger
I've
coming
got
out of a
picture of
sword.
it here. Look, that's the picture there. The other 2 blades are wrapped on either side in a flat way for the main blade, all right? And there's a hilt. Is that what the hilt is? The guard is called?
There's a guard, and yeah.
That is really fat. Is this completely fucking... you can't carry this thing. It's like carrying a fucking Kaiba pole.
ridiculous.
All right? But if you think about it, though, should this be the type of thing that's light enough for you to swing and kick someone's ass with? And then the motherfucker goes, I'm going to fucking run away now. And as he runs away, you bust one of them fucking blades up his asshole from far away. That's the shit. All right? So it's actually an ingenious weapon. I don't know what it's actually called. It's just a triple-bladed sword that's in the movie Sword and Sorcery. Go ahead and Google it.
Okay, well, from one ridiculous suggestion.
I thought you might have that on your list.
No.
When I was a kid, I saw this and I was like, hey, that is a perfect solution. You have long range and short range.
I am, however, going to add my 10 is now going to become a sword
All right.
as well.
All right.
But I'm going with the ultimate sword film,
What?
Highlander, and I'm going with the Kurgan's Blade.
Now,
There's King Dick Broadsword, which is longer than even your penis weight.
it's 2 inches? No.
It's a throwing dirk.
It's a fucking... It's one of those knives, those fist knives that go through your fucking finger.
No, it's this huge broadsword, this elaborate, as you said, guard and the hilt, and it looks... It's wielded by Clancy Brown, who's a big man, especially
That one is beautiful.
back in the 80s. It's a gorgeous looking thing.
Is this Highlander's sword or is it the
No,
other guy's sword?
it's the bad guy's
The
sword.
bad guy's sword? Because when he
Yes.
puts that shit together,
Yes.
right?
And
he
it,
does-
it comes out of the box and
Yeah,
it's
and he click, 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 click.
Yep.
That actually is cool. And the really cool thing is he does this move where he sticks it in the floor and he's like, and he just spins it around his arm or over his chest or on his
Yes.
other arms. Boom, and it's like real cool. I'm like, ooh, if you had that sword, you'd definitely do that. So
And you could, then you would, for sure.
Highlander was so good and it just went so bad.
Yeah.
It was.
If there's ever been a film ripe for a reimagining
Well, they've
slash
done
reboot,
3 of these, remember? Actually, they've done the original 3.
can we just reboot it and have it...
New guys? All new guys?
Yeah, and not make it about aliens and bullshit. Can we just make it about these immortals who are battling down through the ages to today? And yeah.
All right, next episode, we're going to recast Highlander. What do you think?
Well, we could. We certainly could. That's my 10. The Kurgan's Blade in Highlander.
Not bad, not bad. My number 9 is, I don't know how you'll feel about this. It's all about, it's the glaive from Krull.
Oh, fuck this. Look, it's a really intelligent pick because I reckon half a dozen people picked it in the listener feedback, which, by the way, we got more listener feedback there we've
'Cause
had
it's so cool, Paul.
in a long, long time, like almost 100 responses overall we got. So, and I would say at least 6 or 7 people picked this. I have never loved a movie so much as a kid and hated it so much as an adult.
See, now you know why the magic is still alive for me, and it's not magic.
That said, the weapon is cool.
The weapon is a 5-bladed star, much not dissimilar to a throwing star.
Yeah, I was going to say Ninja Star. It's your jam.
But it's
Not
bigger
just
than
because you're Asian, because you did ninjutsu.
but also, yeah, it's quite big though. It's probably about the size of a dinner plate, say.
Yep.
And what's cool about it is
It's like a discus.
It is like a discus.
Yeah.
The guy throws it. It goes and dispatches a bunch of motherfuckers and comes back to him. That again is another reason a lightsaber is cool. If you're a Jedi, you can throw it out to kill motherfuckers and bring it back. Very cool. That's why Captain America. Yeah, all that shit is cool. Now, the best thing about this one is there's one scene in this movie where he throws it and he says, try and get through this door or this wall or something. And he just throws it at the thing and it stays there hovering in the air, chipping away at the wall. That is the tool everyone needs. Okay? If you have something that will work, this is a passive fucking worker you have. It's fantastic. And it looks kind of cool too. I take it you don't have this on your list?
No, I could not get behind Krull. That movie is a piece of shit.
It is a real piece of shit.
But I do acknowledge the coolness of the weapon. I just couldn't get my way around my...
Yeah, if with a redesign for the naughties, it would look great.
What, you mean the entire film?
No, just the weapon.
No, the weapon should say exactly as it is. If they ever remake this movie, they need to fix every other part of the script.
Okay.
And I mean every other part. All right, my number 9 is a classic. It's only just a weapon, but it is a weapon. It's just a weapon against a specific type of entity, shall we say. It is from the original Ghostbusters. I'm talking about the proton pack.
Oh, dude! Lou!
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure it'd be on your list.
The proton pack is the shit. Please, talk to me all about it.
It's an energy weapon used for weakening ghosts and aiding and capturing them. So pulling them into the it's a handheld wand, and I did some research on this. It's called a neutrona wand,
also known as
or
an
particle thrower.
Particle thrower,
Yep.
ion rifle, or positron glider.
Oh, there you go. So you did more research than me.
Because I love this thing, man.
And so the particle accelerator on the back is in their backpack, which apparently weighed 40 pounds for the actors to have to lug around, by the way. It fires a stream of highly focused and radically polarized protons that electrostatically traps the negatively charged energy of a ghost.
That's what it does.
Pulling it in.
They fire positively charged protons at the negatively charged energy of ghosts, weakening them for capture. I don't know if there's any science behind this
is
shit.
hilarious.
It's probably bullshit.
This is what I was just thinking upon reflection. When I was a kid, they fired a gun, it dragged ghosts in, they caught them.
Well, actually,
simple as that.
you know-
But yeah, then if they cross the streams, we can destroy everything.
Exactly, but the bigger thing is that what happened is these things actually just hit the ghosts, and they could capture them
Like a
little,
lasso.
But yeah, sort of like a lasso, and it brings them
fishing,
over.
like a fishing line.
A little bit like a fishing
Yeah.
line, but what happens is they have to travel it and bring it over the trap, which has like a tractor beam, which is
Yes.
what really sucks the ghost.
Yeah, so I guess my point, and the reason why it's low on the list and was originally my 10, now 9, is that it's not that effective. It's just fucking cool.
No. Here's what is the thing. This is actually, if this was a real thing, it would be ridiculously bad because the beam you throw is not uniform. It's this wild, arcing fucking plasma thing. You cannot aim with it.
It's true.
You're just hoping it hits something, right?
You're trying to get
Exactly.
it into the right place.
They seem to be, the fulcrum seems to be the end point. So that means if you've got a heavy ghost, you need to be heavier than the ghost to drag it across. I don't know how that stuff works, but it's so cool. And the idea to make it this thing, greatest idea ever. I loved Ghostbusters, obviously. I loved Ghostbusters 2. I loved Ghostbusters 2 because it looked better.
Whoa, say that again.
That's right. I said I loved Ghostbusters 2. I had a good time with it, and I went, fuck you. So that was not worth the setup. Fuck you. But yes, no, the proton pack is an excellent choice and low as fuck.
However high you've got, it's too high.
You know the real Ghostbusters, that cartoon?
Yeah, it's great.
That was so fucking good. It's
one of
my
my
favorite
cartoons.
goddamn cartoon.
Yeah,
Forget
for
about
sure.
it. All right, cool. Well, my number 8 is a bit of an odd one. I found myself last night, like I do so many nights, watching Captain America's Winter Soldier.
I honestly thought that sentence was going to have a different ending.
I understand. This is a quick one. It's an odd one. It's very specific, and if you blink, you'll miss it. Nick Fury gets set upon by some bad guys, and he's trapped in his shield car, which is really all tricked out and stuff, right? They go and shoot it up and bust it open, and he manages to sort of get away, and then it blows up. And right as it's on its back, or on its front, rather, upside down, the Winter Soldier's walking towards it, trying to kill Nick Fury, about to open the door and kill him. Nick Fury busts out this little thing. It looks a little bit like a lightsaber. I'm showing Paul right now. It seems to be
see a picture.
like a little oxyacetylene
But
torch.
it is a auditory medium this, so please.
Yes, please. Sorry. It looks like a lightsaber kind of, but it's a very glowing tip. And what it seems to be is some sort of nuclear-powered oxyacetylene-type torch. Because what happens is, he ignites it. Finally, the Winter Soldier, 3 seconds later, rips the door open, and he's cut through the road. He's cut through, 10 feet of fucking,
Wait, so your 8th best movie weapon,
Listen
coolest of all time,
coolest,
is an acetylene torch.
No, it's not an acetylene torch. It's obviously plasma or some fucking primordial shit. I don't know what it is.
What? No.
It cuts through a road, Paul. It cuts through 8 feet of concrete and steel and shit. If you had this, shut up, jizzbag. I'll kick you in the sack. If you had this thing, you could walk through a house, dude. You can cut through anything with this thing. This is essentially a lightsaber.
It's a tool.
It's a weapon, slut. If I put that up your asshole, you'd never see your face again.
What the hell?
You can suck my dick.
No!
I have a name for this. It's called Nick Fury's thingy.
Ballsy. Stupid,
Hey,
but ballsy.
I'm telling you, if you look at the scene, it's cool as shit, right? It's exactly the thing he needed as well. He should have just used that the whole time. He should have just cut bitches up with it. I'm just saying, it's the shit.
No.
Fuck you, it's good shit. Suck my dick. Paul loves cock. All right.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And Paul loves cock. You know what, Paul? This was the one I was going to shop out.
Should have.
Yeah, well, suck my dick. You're the one who took away my number one, you ass sandwich. Keep that in mind when you vote, people. I'm just saying.
Well, you're going to hate my number 8 as much as I hate your number 8.
Let's hear it.
My number 8 is from the wonderful Peter Jackson film from the early 90s, Brain Dead.
Are you going to say a lawnmower?
Oh, yep.
You're a fucking idiot. It's not even a... This is a tool, you asshole.
Until...
This?
No.
Oh, no,
How
no,
many-
no, no, no.
Okay, now, this is a loaded question.
Oh, my dick is loaded. Go on. Go on. Go
I
on.
should say that. Because how many people / creatures has Nick Fury's thingy killed?
It doesn't mean it's not a weapon.
Brain Dead, Lionel's lawnmower kills more zombies than any other weapon used to kill zombies in zombie cinema in history.
Hey, fuck Knuckle. You know a fucking taser is a weapon, but it doesn't kill anyone. It's still a weapon. Yours is less a weapon than mine is.
What are you talking
Mine
about?
is there to dissolve shit.
What?
Yours is a fucking lawnmower. Yours is there to cut grass.
Which cuts zombies, literally turns them into mush.
It cut fuck all.
Hundreds of them.
If I took a Victor mower now and walked through a zombie crowd, they'd be like, "Is that a lawnmower that you're doing?" And they wouldn't turn
in
anyone.
the realm of the world of Brain
Oh,
Dead,
suck my
this
dick.
is
This is bullshit.
such a good
I'm
choice.
so glad you picked this because this makes my choice look
Oh,
fan-fucking-tastic.
no. It
Oh, it's
highlights
fabulous.
the difference between a weapon
Thank you for fucking jumping
the
on the
tool.
grenade like this, man.
and the weapon in this case being me and the tool being you.
Not bad. Well done. I don't think it's going to get you there. All right. Well, now we're talking about style. A little something called style. All right. And in the Kingsman movie,
Okay.
this is my number. I don't know.
7.
7. If you look this up, guys, the particular.
But why would you?
Because fuck Paul is why. The Kingsman pistol has the one that they all carry is a shotgun pistol. Okay, it's standard issue, and what it is, it's a pistol which looks like a normal pistol, except it is styled like an old 70s pistol, very pretty looking, and right underneath it, it has one chamber for a shotgun round. You do that, you activate it by pulling a different trigger. Okay, that is the shit. This is economy of fucking functionality, man.
What?
You've got
It's
a gun.
Gun.
Yeah, it looks like this, Paul.
Again.
And everyone, I know they can't see it, but
God.
if you Google it, it is beautiful looking and old looking. They could have
Wow.
gone modern with it.
This is
but they
great.
got-
I love where you're
can
going.
Suck my dick, man. Everyone with a little fucking style understands this shit. All right, look it up.
How would
Right,
you
this
like
gun
to
is the
suck
balls.
my balls?
Google Kingsman shotgun pistol. Kingsman shotgun pistol.
Google
Okay, because
Kingsman-
here's what happens.
Please,
you've
Google
got the
Kingsman
best.
shotgun
You've got the best
pistol.
of a 9mm pistol, but also the functionality of a shotgun. But there is no additional space required. You have all the functionality and it's just perfect. This is an elegant solution. You should all think about this. It is an excellent ass weapon. Excellent. Much better than a cunting lawnmower. So, so I don't know where you're going to go
Your
from this.
major malfunction,
Suck my
numbnut.
dick, asshole. All right. Well, what's your number 7, Jizzburger?
Well, number 7. My number 7 is you won't argue it's a weapon at the very least.
Oh, good.
It also is used to dispatch zombies and humans in Robert Rodriguez's Planet Terror. I am talking about
The machine gun?
Rose McGowan / Cherry Darling's machine gun leg.
Okay, to be fair, I've not seen this movie.
Oh, haven't you?
No, is it good?
You should watch this movie.
Really? Because the one I watched was fucking Death Proof.
Mistake.
Oh, shit. All right.
Well, comparatively the two.
so this is the good one.
Yes. Well, I think so.
Okay, so she's got a machine gun leg.
Yes, there is a moment, which is spoilers, in
It's okay,
Planet
go for
Terror from 2007, i.e. 12 years ago, in which Rose McGowan loses her leg.
Right.
And, taking advantage of the fact that there are surgeons around at the particular point in time,
Who seem to know
they
how to retrofit.
managed to sew into her leg, as a leg, a machine gun with an over and under grenade launcher as well, to which she uses to great effect through the rest of the film.
I think I saw a scene where she was doing a bit of a breakdance move where her knee was down and she was using that as, like, she was basically spraying the gun around by
She's on the
pivoting
back of
her
a
knee.
motorbike, spinning around, shooting people. She's on the ground. She's rolling out the way of, tumbling fire-infused
Is
cars.
it cool? Is the movie cool?
I like the movie. I
Yeah,
think it's
no,
great.
it
In
seems
fact,
very schlocky and
in
good.
researching for this, I'm like, I need to watch that movie again.
Really?
It's been 10 years at least since I've
Okay.
seen it.
I think that's something I'm going to try and throw down.
So that's my 7.
Not
Planet
bad.
Terror.
Not bad. But this
Planet Terror machine gun.
Planet Terror machine. Okay, good. My number 7 is
6.
What the fuck?
Your number 6 is...
Oh, sorry. My number yeah, because I fucked all of the numbers here after all that shit went down. My number 6 is RoboCop's Auto 9 gun. Oh, okay. At least we agree. Okay. Now, the Auto 9 was a highly advanced select-fire machine pistol with a 50-round magazine, although it seemed like 200,000-round magazine.
Agreed.
It was holstered in a concealed alcove.
That's the cool part.
That is the cool part. And let me tell you, people, when RoboCop goes and busts them out, by the way, he uses 3-burst fire or single fire. But that's the cool thing. Goes,
Mostly
very
it's
cool.
3 burst. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 bursts, which is what made it cool. And God, it was fast. But more importantly, the world movie world needs more twirling guns. Okay, that shit is cool. After he finished
I'm
it, he
glad
goes,
you specified movie world.
yeah, the movie world, exactly. He swivels it, puts it in his leg, and then he's like, have a nice day, right? Now, the best thing about the movie Solo was that Woody Harrelson would twirl his guns as he fired them, and it looked cool. It made it a different movie. So I'm a big fan, man, of this shit. Not just the twirling. The gun itself is pretty cool, and he seems to hit a lot of goals with it. If you look at it, it's like a modified Beretta with a big, long snout barrel and an extended mag. So it's kind of pretty looking, but very industrial, and fits the movie very well.
And couldn't he specify the type of ammo he wanted to use as well?
Yeah, he could use
Which is
them
pretty
around-
damn cool as well.
Yeah, and I see that a lot. Like, he's like, use a ricochet shot. By the way, for that, you need to fire a perfect ball sphere.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So anyway,
Now, I'm really dark because you picked this at this point because I thought I was going to have it first in my
Oh,
positioning.
sorry.
And
Tell me
at
what
the
you-
end of which I was going to say, your move, punk.
if it makes you feel any better, I did enjoy that.
All right, my number 6 then is an absolute showstopper. I've gotten totally away from what you said your parameters were, which we
No,
did not
that's
agree
fine,
upon.
that's fine.
That is, they are personal weapons. They are things you can use about your person.
yeah.
And I'm going the greatest and biggest weapon of them all. A weapon that's capable of destroying a planet.
The gun in Star Blazers?
That's not bad. And there has been a movie.
Has
so
it?
it has been turned
Shit,
into a
I
movie.
didn't think of the big gun. Oh, well.
Fire the big gun. No, but I'm going with the equivalent from George Lucas, Star Wars, the
The
Death,
Death Star. Okay. Well, look, purely from a magnanimous point of view, or no arguing here.
It can. I mean, it's the size of a small moon, and it can destroy planets with a single shot. I mean, that's pretty damn cool.
Now, are we going the original Death Star or the one in
yeah,
Awakeness?
I'm going original. We could have gone Force Awakens. We could have gone the
You're
Return of the
going
Jedi one.
Yeah.
But I'm going.
No,
I'm
the
going
OG one
the
is the
OG.
one with the trench run. So, yes, absolutely.
Yes, and it's the one that stands the test of time. Well, it didn't really. It got destroyed at the end of the movie. But you know what I mean? It's the one that's the original. It's the best. Everything else is just a knockoff, cheaper otherwise, of it.
Except for that design flaw that was on purpose that Mads threw in there. Just shoot something in here, the whole thing will go to
Hey,
hell.
at least they explained it,
Exactly.
which is cool.
And you know what? No one seemed to have a problem with it until they brought it up. So what's up? They
Yeah.
years later,
Because
it's like, we're gonna
audiences
do
in
this.
1977 aren't as sophisticated as audiences in 2014
totally.
or 15, 16, whenever Rogue One was.
But I must say, no one ever said like, "Hey, how come only one?" They just accepted it as part of Star Wars lore.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I think that was cool that they exploited that. God, Rogue One was a good film.
Rogue One was great.
Such a
I need to
good
watch that
film.
movie again.
Definitely.
That's all right. I've got 4 million films to watch this year, so I think I shall.
Yeah, do that. Okay, nice one. My number 6 is actually the damn proton pack from Ghostbusters. So we're right back to you.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. This one came out of left field for me, and I couldn't believe it wasn't one of the first ones I thought of. And I'm going from District 9, Neil Blomkamp's film. And there's a bunch of them. I'm going with the Alien Tech guns, but in particular, the ARC gun, also referred to as the Mulcher.
Tell me about this one.
So this is the gun where it's kind of like a comparative size of an M16 type thing.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
those guns. You fire it, it fires a stream of electricity and like it only discharges in the hands of someone who is an alien.
That was the cool thing about
that's
it.
cool. So it's kind of
Biotech.
Biotech, thank you. That's the word. And this protonic current effectively has a high damage radius, again, I'm reading here, and damage capability, and upon direct contact with a biological entity, causes them to superheat and explode in a violent, swift, and often messy manner.
That's why the popping happened in that movie. Yeah.
This gun in this film is so good.
That is pretty cool.
It's so entertaining, and
As I recall, it did look good too.
it looked great. That film is stellar. It's one of my favorite films of all time.
I've heard a story that Blomkamp is actually really good at movie weapons. If you look at Elysium, right?
Yep.
There's a gun that Matt Damon picks up towards the end, and it actually just fires through everything. Like he can fire through a spaceship.
I only ever watched it once at the movies. That one at the cinema.
Me
at one
too.
time.
I had to look it up again.
It was
'cause
disappointing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this film, fantastic, and this weapon I think is the best of a great bunch of weapons, including big cannons and the like in the movies. That's my number 5.
That's a poignant choice.
Yes, 5. That's where we're up to. Aren't we? Yes,
Nice one. All right. Well, my number 5, you're gonna get pissed that I
4.
put.
Right.
My number 4. God damn it!
So we're shuffling everything because again we've taken off the
They know I'm an idiot.
lightsaber.
They know I'm an idiot. Okay, this is probably your number 1. I know it's low. All right, go ahead.
Wait.
Set up a-
Let me set up the soundboard here.
Okay, but yeah.
Because I know what you're going to say, and I'm going to be upset.
It is, of course, the M41A pulse rifle from Aliens.
I fart in your general direction.
Now, Paul, there are many cooler weapons than this. Maybe everyone should understand that you had an affinity in particular with this weapon back in the day. You see, Paul, being a long-standing Aliens fan and a man who doesn't know when the joke is over.
For me, you're somewhere between
Yeah,
a cockroach
suck my
and that
dick,
white
and
stuff
also
that
is very,
accumulates
very
at the
bad.
corner of your mouth when you're really thirsty.
Why is it so long, you cum stain? Fuck! All right. That's shit.
Low.
Anyway, now that you just created the worst part of the show, let's take it back, all right, and understand why this gun is cool. Now, look, obviously, you think it's higher than this. I'm just going to tell you why I think it's cool. Taking a look at this gun, people, it is a rifle. There are accents of black and fucking like olive, sort of navy green, whatever. And it has a 99 round capacity and a pump action grenade launcher affixed to the underside. But here's why I love it. The sound. When this thing goes off and they fire short controlled bursts,
Nice.
it's ow! I can't really do it.
No one can.
Yeah, but it's so
But
cool.
the soundboard can.
Well done, old man. One of the things I particularly liked about it was there was a clear LED display on the right, lit up with how many bullets you had left in the mag. Why doesn't every gun have that? Okay? It should just
In
be
this
there.
day and age, why not?
Exactly. I mean, you can't sneak up on people because it's glowing, but whatever.
It's small
Yeah.
price to pay.
Exactly.
For
But the
coolness.
I mean, I would almost say that the configuration of this gun being strapped to a flamethrower might be the real best.
Now you're
weapon.
doubling up.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah, gotcha.
But
A little
standalone,
bit
this
of
is.
electricity tape or whatever she's got going there.
She's got it going on, and you know what? It became steampunk and cool because everyone knows it's cool.
Yep.
So that's what I'm down with. The pulse rifle, Paulie. Of course, you adore the pulse rifle. It's even called a pulse rifle, which is very cool.
I do adore the pulse rifle. I adore it so much that you'll hear just how high it is going to go after I reveal my number 4.
Word.
Has been the shoulder-mounted laser cannon fired by the Predators in Predator.
Ah, the one that no humans can use that well.
Yeah, the one exactly after the Predator.
Yes.
Correct. But in terms of Predator, where it looks, the gun goes, which is
No doubt.
pretty damn cool. And the way that the iconic targeting triple lights, the triangle.
That is the best thing about it, the targeting system.
Of course, the way it takes out Apone, the way it takes out Mac, the way it takes out Blaine. Holy shit, this gun
There's nothing going on.
wreaks some absolute carnage in that first film.
I did some research, and it turns out the thing that weapon is firing is a plasma ball.
Okay.
And that's why it just fucks everything up, right?
Again,
And
great sound.
yeah,
great look.
It's so
Yep.
cool. And the sparks as well. That's like it's the balls, and also the fact that it's shoulder mounted.
Yep.
Now that is just good sense. If you're climbing and jumping among trees and stuff, you want to be able to bust a cap in the air while also being able to catch whatever it is you're trying to jump
Well, imagine all you have to do, presumably with this tech, is look.
Yes,
You don't have to aim as long as you're looking at the right place.
it's like the Blue
Bam.
Thunder gun. Yeah,
So you're not having to coordinate hand and eye and all the rest of it. Your eye is your eye.
And it seems to lock on as well. It seems to like give you some kind of, that's the shit too. Also, let's talk about the cool 3 lasers, the 3-pointed laser that
So
actually
I'm saying
comes out of the head.
that iconic
Yeah,
laser targeting
that
system.
is so good. And he's just looking. I mean, is there any other Predator weapons on your
No.
list? Okay, then let's talk about the other 2 things. Is one is the claw, the ching that
that's
comes out
great.
of his claw. That's very cool. But the thing that I really dug and that almost went on my list is the disc.
Yeah, the
that was
disc is
in
really
Predator
cool too.
2.
Yeah.
Just throws it around and cuts Gary Busey in half.
Yep. And then there's the net, which tightens and sort of
Fucks
squares,
your
what do you call it?
shit up.
Turns people into dices people. That's it.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
There's some great weapons. Predator had to be on this list. I had to acknowledge it. And can we also give a big shout out, which we'll hear a lot more of in listener feedback very shortly, is All Painless. The
All Painless?
minigun which Blaine is carting around.
Oh, the
lots of people, because they basically made that up for the film.
Wait, that's not real?
No.
The chain gun? Or
No,
the-
not because it can't exist. No one can walk it around like that. It might be on the side of helicopters and like, but no one can actually carry it. It's not a personal weapon.
Are there any handheld Gatling guns?
Not like that, I don't think.
Because he had the thing where he turned, he had to spool it first, then fire. Wow, that's totally Doom 2. All right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Although I think Predator
Doom.
came before Doom.
Oh, yeah, that's even cooler. Wow. All right, that's cool. My number 3
Yeah.
is the sonic shotgun from Minority Report. Let me tell you about
Ooh,
this
I
thing,
didn't
people.
even think about this one.
Okay, the sonic shotgun looks like a...
Looks cool.
It's very cool. It's got a swivel on it. It looks like a little shotgun, but there's no actual mouth for it. It's very futuristic looking. And the coolest thing about it is the way Tom Cruise cocks it in Minority Report. See, what happens is it doesn't fire an actual projectile. It fires a shockwave. So you walk up to someone, you go boom. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to break the gun in sort of half over its hinge and twirl it around twice to reload it. And then it's cocked again and you can fire it again. But Tom Cruise does it a cooler way where he fires it one-handed and then flips the thing come around. It comes back up, click, it's in place, and he fires it again. And when it hits someone, you could throw a guy across the room, but he won't actually die because you didn't hit him with a projectile. It's just like boom. And it looks sweet too. Check out the Sonic Shotgun Minority Report scenes in like YouTube or something. Very cool little scene.
All right.
One guy talking.
I hadn't thought about that one, and it's a long time since I watched that movie, but it's another on my list of things I should rewatch at some particular
Oh, Minority Report's so good.
point. All right, my number 3 is, this is where I put the Robocop.
RoboCop.
Auto
the
9,
Auto 9.
out
Not bad.
of his leg and all the rest. I thought that's how good this particular gun is.
Very cool. Okay, well, my number 2, and this could easily be number 1. All right. This was almost cooler than a lightsaber, but it's not because it's nothing's a lightsaber. This is Castor Troy's gold Colt 1911s from Face Off.
It's on my honorable mentions. I've got 3 honorable
dude.
mentions, and I had 4. Now I've got 3. It almost was my 10.
Dude, this is all right. So again, I know I'm telling you to do a lot of Googling here, people, but if you want, just Google Castor Troy's gold 1911s and look at how cool this is. Not only is the gun accented, it's a Colt 1911, 2 of them, gold plated, and I mean shiny gold plated, right? The handles are black with a dragon gold motif on it. The hammer is black. The safety catch is black. The trigger is black. It's beautifully accented. And as if that wasn't enough, Nicolas Cage's character carries them in twin slim leather holsters that are in the middle of his back. So he can reach from them behind and pull them, usually from beneath a fucking overcoat, and then dive and John Woo fire shit at people. It is the most beautiful looking weapon I've probably ever seen. Yes, I'm Asian. I like gold shit. I don't know. All right. But it is beautiful, man. It really, really, really looks nice. And
They're cool. They're very cool. I agree.
Yeah, he just keeps them. That's just fucking sweet. Check it out.
Nice. I will give you a little bit of preview for next week's episode.
Okay.
Top 10, last 10 next week, which we'll talk a little bit more about in short order. I'm going to be talking about John Woo's newest film
Oh, good.
in that list.
He's still working?
Yes.
Great.
I'll say no more.
Okay,
I'll say
okay, good. Can't
no
wait,
more.
can't wait.
Manhunt, it's called.
Okay. Hey, all right. Let's see where it goes.
My number 2, then, I want to introduce like this.
Hey, I want to introduce you to a personal friend of mine. This is an M41A pulse rifle, 10 millimeter, with an over and under 30 millimeter pump action grenade launcher. Feel the weight.
Bam. I got a chubby.
All the reasons you said, just I wanted to have that
Okay,
level.
but I want you to understand, people, about the emotional reaction and connection Paul has to this weapon.
True.
Picture it. Sicily. Or fucking Perth, right? Like, what? I don't know.
Such a shit joke.
Early
That's
on,
for the Golden Girls, ladies and gentlemen.
everyone knows. I think some of them know. Early 90s. These guys. Now, I became friends with Paul, and Paul already had a group of friends. Now we're all friends.
Amazing.
All right. Paul could move among everyone. And anyway,
I was a ghost that walked.
he was a little bit like the Daywalker. He's the Daywalker, right? So,
Two times today we've made reference to Blade.
I mean, to be fair, I used to call him Gay Walker. But his friends, they all dug Aliens, and I didn't quite understand yet. We knew that we liked action movies together, but that's how we bonded over Tango and Cash, exactly. So when Paul was like, these guys used to drop, and I used to because I hung out with them too, quotes from Aliens for no reason. We would go paintball shooting or fucking laser tag shooting, and we would drop Hicks quotes in the fucking change rooms.
And a bad feeling about this job.
That's right.
You always say that for us. You always say we get a bad feeling about this job. Nah, when we get home without you, I'll call your mother.
Or you cock something and say, I like to keep this handy for
Close Encounters.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Shit like that, okay? That's how much the shit was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one guy had a fake pulse rifle for a cosplay that I saw, and we were just amazed with that shit because it's just beautiful. The idea.
Yeah, the gun is beautiful. You've already sung its praises in terms of its look, so I just want to add the
Understandable.
maybe the emotional
Understandable.
content. All right, that's it. That's my two. All right, here it is. And 10 through 2, and then revealing your number 1. And this will require some editing on the fly, Wayne, because no longer is your 1.
No shit, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, my number 10 was the Sword and Sorcerer 3-bladed sword. My number 9 was Krall's the Glaive.
Yeah, okay.
Number 8, Nick Fury's thingy, which cuts through shit.
I don't need to put a soundboard sound in there. You shot yourself in the
No,
foot.
it's fine. Everyone likes his thingy. Number 7? Number 7 is the Kingsman shotgun pistol. Beautiful looking shit, let me tell you. Number 6, RoboCop's Auto 9 gun.
Low.
Number 5, the proton pack from Ghostbusters. What?
Hi.
Number 4, the M41A pulse rifle, according to Paul, is very low. Number 3, Minority Report Sonic shotgun. And number 2, Castor Troy's Gold 1911's Boom Boom.
Nice, very nice.
And my number 1 is, it should be everyone's number 1, but maybe you'll have to understand me
Definitely not
before you
going to be
get
my number 1. There's no way your 1 is my 1.
All right, it probably won't be. The weapon is Indiana Jones's whip.
Yeah, it's on my honorable mentions.
Oh, God, people. The whip was not only a weapon, it was also a companion to this guy. Whenever he needed to...
When he needed to talk.
What?
When he needed to... A sympathetic ear.
I would... Let me tell you about why this is important, okay? Let me tell you about my childhood, okay? When the idea of a cool character using a damn whip
Was it at some
and
stage
gun,
did your mum compare you to Indiana
This
Jones?
I don't think she dug Indiana Jones like she dug James Bond. Though, I should mention, Steven Spielberg wanted to direct a Bond movie.
Ooh.
He couldn't because he was an American, and there was some law about Americans not being able to do a Bond movie.
Is that right?
The next movie he did was fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is his version of James Bond, so kind of is what I'm saying.
All right.
But the idea that the whip was going to be the thing that this guy has, and it isn't even really a weapon, and we didn't even know a bullwhip existed. I don't know what a bullwhip was before I saw this shit. You could use it as a grappling hook. That's what he did. That's what everyone did. And guess what? We started making whips. Me and my friends. We started making shit out of anything we could find. I found that if I used long speaker wire and let the cabled end fray with copper, which is very dangerous, I stuck that to a piece of PVC piping for the fucking handle, and I would go right, and it would be pretty cool. And I found you could wrap it around a motherfucking branch. All right, so I swung from it, and it broke, and then I hit a fucking wall, and it was the first time I had stitches in my head.
I'm glad that you ended that story with you being injured, because I was about to say this is a man who once would throw knives and stuff in the air and wound up with one through his knuckles.
Yes, I still have had the scar of a knife that went into my hand. This is how it is. This is how I grew up.
Thank you.
Okay. But like I said, everything ended in tears, but I'm talking about the coolness of the bull whip. He's got this thing that allows him to swing across shit, and it isn't even a grappling hook like Batman's sweet, sweet grappling hook, which I could have put in here.
I'm shocked. I
honestly
honestly thought that'd be a Batman.
This is cooler, though, because
Wow.
it's low tech. All right? It's like
Right.
that, right? So I just think that's the balls, man. Like, the Indy is the shit.
Indy is the shit. I'm not arguing that for 1 second. That's a solid pick. Solid pick for number 1.
All right.
I have no problem with that at all. All right, then.
Your
My
number 1.
10 through 2 before I reveal my number 1. My number 10 was the Kurgan sword in Highlander. My 9 was the proton packs from Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
My 8 was Lionel's lawnmower in incredibly justifiable fashion.
Suck my cock.
Number 7 was Jerry Darling's machine gun leg from Planet Terror. Number 6 was the Death Star from Star Wars. 5 was the ARC gun from District 9. 4, the shoulder-mounted laser cannon from Predator. 3, Robocop's Auto 9, which pops out of his leg and does some awesome shit whilst he picks what type of bullets it wants to fire. My number 2 is, of course, the M41A pulse rifle. And my number 1
Yeah, what's your number 1, man?
is So Me It Hurts.
Oh, God, what is this now? Oh, God, I know what it's going to be.
I want to ask you a question, Wayne.
I know what it's going to be.
If you have your hand chopped off,
There it is.
what do you do?
Well, obviously, you attach a goddamn shotgun to it.
Close. Very close, but that's the difference between my love for this film and your tolerance thereof.
Okay.
You attach a chainsaw
Oh, it's a
to it.
chainsaw. I'm so sorry. It's a chainsaw.
You fashion a bracket on your arm, which will allow this chainsaw to pop in with that kind of noise.
With no tech whatsoever available.
And then with your teeth / eventually you work it out just by pumping your arm straight down, it turns the short-bladed chainsaw's petrol on. And then you go to town cutting up deadites, whatever they come at you. And just to put it over the top, and this is why it's my number 1, in one of the greatest hero shots of all time, you take a proper shotgun, as the camera zooms up to you, you cut that sawed-off shotgun in half and make it a sawn-off shotgun and pop it in the
Backpack, your backpack?
the bracket, the
yeah,
brace, whatever
base,
you've
holster.
made for it, the holster you've made for it on your back, and then go groovy.
Yeah. I remember Paul showing me that show when I was, what? I think we were 18, 19?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Right? And he's like, that's when I started to understand Paul. Because I did understand. The groovy was definitely an excellent line, and I cracked up. And he was like, that was good, right? Like, yeah, that was good. So
The chainsaw hand didn't just become a hand and a weapon, it also made a secondary weapon. Hence, my number 1,
That's right.
Evil Dead 2 chainsaw hand.
Fair enough. And let's also not forget that when he chopped his cut off hand, he put it in a box, and he put a book on top of it. The
Farewell
book was called A
Arms.
Farewell to Arms. Fantastic.
That film was so good.
That's
so good. I got to previous guest co-host, good friend of the show, Jared, and I went and watched it 6-7 months ago, maybe even 8 months ago at the cinema in a 4K restoration. So good.
Okay, well, that is a very Paul pick. Which is, I like this list. Both the ones are very Paul.
Yeah,
and
well, we
Wayne-ish.
have two crossovers. No, three crossovers. We had the M41A pulse rifle, we had the Auto 9, and we had the proton packs. So,
yes, good point.
I get that nice Venn diagram, I think, of you and I.
Yeah, good point.
30%.
Good point.
Oh, and we would have had, of course, the
lightsaber. Would that have been your number 1, yes? Come on. How is it not your number 1?
Arguably, it would have been my number 2.
Suck my dick, man. There's no way his bullshit chainsaw hand is better than the fucking lightsaber. God damn.
The lightsaber is a better weapon, no doubt, but just the coolness. Again, we went with coolness.
This lightsaber is far cooler than a damn chain. All right, that's cool. All right, no, good. That's a little insight
I'm
into
being
the
honest.
personality.
Being honest.
I understand.
I could have said, yeah, no, that was definitely my number 1. Nope.
Well, let me hear your honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. I mentioned you've already mentioned 2 of them, and I've only got 1 left. So Castor Troy's Gold Handguns. Didn't even find the name out. Indiana Jones' Whip, and my last one was from Dredd, the Lawgiver.
Oh, the Lawgiver.
2. Yeah, so not just voice activated, which is fucking good, but the judges can also, and you can't, biotech can't fire unless you're a
It
judge.
blows up in your hand if you pick it up and you're not a judge.
But you can also pick your weapons just by saying whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best for a stealth infiltration where you say double whammy, and then it fucking's on,
Yep.
but it's still very cool,
Pretty damn
definitely.
cool. Yep. What do you got?
I actually had anything used by the Predator, but also
yep.
there was the ZF in ZF1 in the Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Because it
Lots
does
of people
absolutely
were
everything.
Down for that one. Yep.
This is an odd one. There's a Brad Pitt movie and a Julia Roberts movie called The Mexican. In it is a pistol which is fashioned by this old whatever.
Directed by Gore Verbinski, I think.
Google The Mexican from The Mexican. It is the most beautiful pistol you've ever seen.
You might need to be more specific than that. Maybe
Okay,
add the word
fine.
film in.
Yeah, the Mexican. Yeah, you're right. Good point. But it's just this beautiful. It's a revolving rifle, and the barrel is a heart. It's just fucking gorgeous. And of course, Arnie had this really old hardballer 45 pistol in the Terminator, which had a really big old school red dot sight on it. And it's to me, it's iconic when he slowly sweeps it into view and puts it on Sarah Connor's head. It's just a cool looking thing that I didn't expect him to have. That's it.
Okay, nice. And then if you wanted to Arnie weapons, even the shotgun, the way he cocked it, driving it.
That
in
was the best
Terminator
thing. Exactly. And Eraser?
Yeah, that gun.
That
Yeah,
thing,
you're right.
That
That's
was
pretty good
almost
too.
on my list as well. So, you know.
Some good stuff and some great stuff. Well, that is our list. What about your list? Which is what we end every show with in a segment that we call the Pop 10. Talk about. Pop 10. Talk about. Pop 10. Kicking it off with Christian and Damon's amazing nerd show, At number 3, Jesse Ventura's M134 minigun from Predator.
Oh, yeah.
2, the tall man's flying death orbs from the Phantasm series, which could have been on my list.
That? Yeah, those are weird.
They
Those
were
are weird.
awesome. That's a great choice. And number 1, Darth Maul's double-sided lightsaber. And of course, the listeners don't have the same parameters we have put on.
Mm-hmm.
Nick
But that should be everything.
and Raymond on Twitter had 3, Robocop's gun from the original Robocop, which I assume is the Auto 9. 2, the original revolver from Blade Runner.
Yeah, Deckard's...
Decades, whatever it is.
What it's called, yep.
And the lightsaber from Star Wars. Now, Chris for the Green Korean had a whole bunch. He had the proton packs. He had the, what do you call it, bots? The fembots from...
the titty cannons?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then he felt bad about that, so he squared things up by having Sex Machine's pistol from...
Yeah, okay. So
from
he put a
From
dick in there.
Dawn.
Just
Nice.
Yep. Well
Very
done.
nice. Murray in the bar on Twitter had his favourite gun being from Men in Black. It looks like a vibrating gun. You wouldn't want to be pistol whipped with that, he said.
I remember it. But they were really cool.
It's not the Cricket's gun, which a lot of people
Noisy
nominate.
Cricket?
It's a bigger one. Noisy
Yeah,
Cricket, that's
I
the
didn't
one.
like that one because it's too small.
Yeah, exactly. Alexander Cooper had Predator's laser. Totally understandable
Sure.
there. Mackenzie Lambert, my man, had the lawnmower from Dead Alive. Eat
Okay,
all the
suck
penises.
it.
Gatling gun from Predator. And I thought this would be on your list, Wayne. James Bond's Walther. PPK.
It's not cool enough. You see, the Walther PPK is actually called a woman's gun.
Ooh.
And it is. It's actually called that. And it's cool that he uses it. That's the coolest part about it. But the gun itself is not that cool.
I don't know where this first one comes from, but from Drunk Netflix Reviews had Billy Jack's right foot.
Oh, that's hilarious. Billy Jack is an old TV show
Oh, okay.
about a white guy with a fucking like cowboy. He's a cowboy basically.
So it's not a
right?
movie.
No, there are Billy Jack movies.
Okay,
yes,
alright,
it's
alright.
movies. It
Yep.
is. He used to whoop ass, but he was a white guy doing wicked martial arts.
Okay.
So yeah.
The Death Star, and number 1, the Orgasmotrator. Orgasmotor.
Is that
I would guess that's from Orgasmo.
Orgasmo? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. The Crossover Podcast, Matt from that show had Noisy Cricket. There we go.
Okay.
Chainsaw Hand from Evil Dead.
There you go. Someone's been reading their comments.
And the Flying Guillotine from a movie called Master of the Flying Guillotine or something along those particular lines. I watched a little bit of it. It looks, he says, the best martial arts movie ever made. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Matt.
Flying guillotine. Okay.
Yes. From the aforementioned Dave from Super Movie Bros, had to get his list in. Here you go, Wayne. You'll be very, very happy. Number 3, Indiana Jones's whip. What's up? Because who fights with that? Number 2,
Exactly.
Gogo Yubari's ball and chain from Kill Bill. The
It looked cool
schoolgirl.
on camera, but how are you going to control that thing?
There was lots of people picked the Hanzo
Hattori's sword.
Yes, swords.
It is cool because it's so cool.
Yeah. And in the lore of that universe from
Yeah,
Kill Bill,
absolutely.
pretty cool.
People freak out.
And then Proton Pack from the 84 Ghostbusters only. And he did say lightsabers would be my number 1, but I did challenge you not to have that on
Well done.
your
Well
list. Shaken Not Nerds Duty had Dread's Peacekeeper,
Yep.
which I guess is the lore.
Lawgiver. I
Lawgiver?
think so. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I can't even say it, but you'll know where it's from. Mohinja?
Mjolnir.
Yeah. Mjolnir.
Thor's
Yes.
hammer. Yes.
Thor's new hammer. Is that right?
That's, Oh, actually, the new one is called Stormbreaker.
Thor's old hammer.
is
Okay, there you
Mjolnir,
go. So,
yeah.
yeah. So Duty said you would know how to pronounce it. And he was fucking spot on. And Luke Skywalker's green lightsaber. Duty's love for the green lightsaber is lore in their particular.
Look,
lore.
I don't disagree. It's fucking beautiful. But yeah, I'm a classicist.
From the Dumb Guzzler podcast, good friend to the show as well. Now, I had to glean what this was. He put a gif up of basically what looks like lightsabers, a red small lightsaber and a blue lightsaber fighting. It's actually from Blake Edwards' film. I can't remember the name of the film though.
Oh, I know the one with John
Ritter.
John Ritter in it. It's called fuck. This is a great Skin Deep. It's called
Skin Deep, that's it. And it's basically 2 dudes with erections fighting with glowing condoms.
Yes, and
in a dark room.
It is the funniest scene. Skin Deep is one of the first R-rated things where they dropped a C in there. Really great show. Good call.
Well done.
That's hilarious.
Jeff from Cadaver Cast had Krull and the sweet throwing starfish, the glaive,
There you
as
go.
you said, just
Nice
as
one.
one example. Billy from We Watch the Thing had Excalibur from the film Excalibur. Dirty Harry's 44 Magnum, can't knock that. And
Yeah,
a
good call.
chainsaw from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
There you go. Sam from Movie Reviews and 20 Qs. Evil Dead, Chainsaw Hand, Desperado, guitar case, rocket launcher.
I thought about it.
That's brilliant.
It's not cool though because it's ridiculous, but it is kind of cool. I get it.
Yeah. And Star Wars again, Death Star. How do you beat that? Oh, wait, they have twice. Mike Seibert Radio had all painless, the Gatling gun from Predator, Robocop's machine gun pistol, and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi, the green one.
The green one. there it
Steven
is
from
again.
Super Retro Movie Throwback, who I was on a few weeks ago on their show, Rose McGowan's leg from Planet Terror, Odd Job's hat from Goldfinger and GoldenEye 64,
I thought about that one too, but it's just a hat.
and the M41, a Pulse Rifle as well.
Okay.
Last couple here from our Facebook listener community. Stephen Kroon had the Proton Pack from Ghostbusters, the lightsaber from Star Wars, and Lilo Dallas from Fifth Element.
She's the weapon.
She's the weapon.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. You know what cool one I thought about? The exploding bubblegum from Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Red light, green light. That was on my honorable mentions. I forgot
Someone
to
else
mention.
had exploding bubble. Oh, mate, that was it from Kate. I think on Twitter had that one
Good
as well. Well done, Kate. Sierra Lynn Enox had lightsaber from Star Wars at 1. 2, Wizard's Wand from Harry Potter. And
Sure.
3, one that popped up a bit, Infinity Gauntlet from Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, it's the shit, but I don't know that it's cool in my head, but I get it. A good choice.
And lastly, from Geordie Davidson, good friend to the show, top level patron, Wolverine's Claws from Logan. I almost made room for that. I honestly did, especially in Logan.
I think it's because it was a part of him that I sort of balked, but it's not a bad call. And Adamantium.
The Iron Man suits. Iron Man always was my favorite growing up. He says, who doesn't want to suit up with one of those? And he specifically said Iron Man 3. So when they, lots of suits.
No, that was the best one. Like, that shit was cool.
The best Iron Man?
No, that wasn't the best Iron Man, but it was, I actually really like it. But the suits.
The best suits.
Because he had all his suits, yeah.
And I'm going to say this wrong, from the Star Trek series of films as well, the Bat'leth.
From the
Worf's gun.
Worf's his
The
gun
Klingon,
or
yeah.
his sword thing that
Oh,
looks
maybe
like
the sword things,
this
yeah.
crescent thing, yeah.
Yep. Be honest, these things are badass and have a lot to do with why Worf is badass.
Yeah, fair enough.
And lastly here, I want to go back to Twitter for this great way to summarize this entire show. From Richard Roundtree on Twitter at @R_Roundtree.
Not the Richard Roundtree.
No. It's spelled different, not round, round.
Okay, got it.
A kid at my infant school had a dad who was a prop maker on Aliens and brought one of the guns into school. Age 7, I was intrigued and amazed. Still one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Holy crap, he held one? A pulse rifle?
I actually just replied to him and said, I'm not sure how I would have gone if my life peaked when I was 7.
Man, I would have come. I know. Good call. Wow, that could have ruined him.
What
Very cool, people.
a choice. What a choice. Well done, everyone. Look, I'm so sorry we couldn't get it. We had so many responses and they were all so damn cool. I think we covered the major ones, but if we missed out on yours, we do apologize because there are so many great
There's
cool
tons of
weapons.
good shit around there.
Thank you so much for writing in. Thank you so much for listening. We've been really, really stoked to have you here. For future topics, how do listeners get in touch with us, Wayne? Let us know what they want their answers to be.
Google the Countdown Movie and TV Reviews podcast, but really, go on Facebook where a lot of the chatter is happening. Same with Twitter, but Facebook, just search for us and send us an email at thecountdownpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, and speaking of Twitter, it's the Countdown PC is our address there. You can find us on Podbean where we host the show and also on our website at ccradio.com.au/countdown where we're hosted by the great guys over at Comic Confidential. Do check them out as well. All right, Wayne, that's it for episode 204. What's happening next week for episode 205 on The Countdown?
It is our top 10, last 10. What?
That's right, where we review 10 of the recent films we've seen from worst to best and give you some recommendations and some things to avoid
Paul will
along
have
the way.
400,000
I have literally 70 films to choose from.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and by the time we get to recording that, I would suspect I will have another 10 films to choose from.
Dear God. You're a machine. You are a machine.
Looking forward to that one. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Countdown Movie and TV Reviews podcast. My name is Paul.
My name is Wayne. Thanks, kids. We will see you once again real soon.
And it bothers me that the soundboard hasn't chimed in with this one because, of course, we all acknowledge Chainsaw Hand is... Nothing's gonna happen.
Hang on. Chainsaw Hand is You're the Best. That's okay.
When it comes to the grammar police...
Well done. At least that time it worked.
We'll catch you next time.
See you guys. Welcome to episode 204 of the Countdown Movie and TV Reviews podcast. Hope you all had a good Valentine's Day last week, but just remember, no one loves you more than Paulie and I do.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks?
Because remember, this is coming out.
Sisters cunt. That was going to be the whole fucking great thing. God damn it. All right.
For the purpose of the blooper,
That's shot.
which is the only way this is ever going to be heard now.
Well,
We are recording out of sync. This is recording ahead of time because I'm due to head overseas and Wayne has completely forgotten
I don't
that.
fucking understand what's going on in life at all for any reason. So there you go. I stand resolute, That's motherfucker. Right. You've never met a more confused man than me.
But it's not the booze / the drugs.
No, it's not. It's. I mean, it's a combination. No.
And that is it for the preamble, Wayne. Let's do this. On the
Let's
other
do it.
side of this music cue, the top 10 coolest movie weapons.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was a year, but it didn't
Okay.
really come out so well.
That sounded like